Welcome everybody to Cup with Gup, PGA final thoughts for the U.S. Open, Wednesday, June 15th. Doing a little lunchtime pod. Lot to talk about. Keep it quick. I know there's all kinds of content out there, so I'm going to just hit the highlights, do some underdog picks, prize picks, one and done at the end. I will announce the winners of the giveaways at the end of the pod as well. And then I'll get back to my real work for a while. And then my little man has his first PGA Junior League match this evening, early evening. And Kenny is working a little late, which worked out because I was going to need to push it back till after his match. So we will do E9 probably around 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, somewhere around there. I'll update the premium members in Slack once we lock that in. But it'll be a little bit later than normal, but I think that'll be good. Everybody gets to settle in, and me and Kenny will go as long as you guys get those questions rolling in. U.S. Open gets you 30% off any package right now. Includes a 7-day risk-free trial. So obviously, if you sign up today, you will get everything from the U.S. Open this week. Plus, you get next week all the way through next Wednesday. So you basically get 2 tournaments for free without paying. And then if you cancel between the 7 days, never get charged. If you want to stick around, you get that percentage locked in for life as long as you remain a member. 30% off. Even if you upgrade, it sticks with you. So you can start with the weekly, monthly, and if you decide you like it all, upgrade up. You still get the 30% off for life. So come give us a check on that. Rate and review on iTunes. I will do giveaways as well for the British Open. So we'll start those now. So any comments in the rate and review is from now through the British Open. Plus all the comments on the YouTube channels I'll store them now for the next, I guess we probably got about a month till the British Open or so. So go ahead and get those rate and reviews in. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Like this video. In the comment section, tell me who you think wins the U.S. Open this week. As I mentioned, I'll announce the winners for the giveaways at the end of the pod. Listener League is I think it was about 65% full or so when I came on. So get that filled up. Link is in the description. 600 spots this time. Our largest ever this year, 3 max, and then 1,000 to first place. So get in the league now. Let's get that filled up. Final thoughts for me. Weather. It kind of looks like, the rain chance is still there Friday, not as strong. I don't think there's actually more of a chance rain overnight Thursday into Friday. Not a ton of rain as far as forecasted. So it's not going to be a big wash out the course, anything like that, or really maybe not even any delays. I don't see that much. I lean AM guys for round 1 or first round leaders, especially earlier, the better. They'll get the best of the wins as far as the first 2 days go. I don't really see a full. If you're tie breaking some stuff, those guys going off first hour and a half, maybe 2 hours Thursday. You look at those groups, and if you want to do some stacks out of that, maybe I may do a few in my 150 or something like that. But I'm not building core or anything like this like that this week based on AM PM at all. If it's a true coin flip and some guy's going out early Thursday morning versus a guy going out at 1:30, 2 o'clock Thursday afternoon, I probably would lean that early guy. But the middle of the day is pretty, once you get to 10, 11 o'clock, maybe 11, 12 o'clock on, you're not getting that much of a wave advantage. So I don't see it, and things could shift. The rain's already gotten less, so it's just not. I don't think we had a true, pretty defined advantage at PGA Championship. At Southern, I was obviously here or there, so it was a little easier to gauge for me. But not seeing that this time. So I'm not. It could change by the time we go E9 tonight. If it does, if I see something, I'll update it. Naturally, some of the guys I liked in the AM were already there. Who I like this week are already AM, but it's not going to put me off someone to say, oh, I'm off him now because he's going PM, AM. Friday looks pretty, across the board pretty good. I'm not good, but straight, flat. A little bit of wind. That rain may come in, but nothing crazy right now that I see. Personally, trending highest, M, Xander, Rory, Lowry, Burns. No particular order there. And really the top 4, I think, are going to be that M, Xander, Rory, and Lowry. After that, you got a group of about 5 or 6 guys that are all could be right there within 1% of each other. Burns, Homa, Willie Z, Fitz, Finau, Rom. I think all those guys could slide into that top 5 as well. I still think it's going to be maybe 2 guys, at most 3 guys get over 20%. And again, speaking the $15 Millie Maker type stuff, certainly some of these guys will get 30% plus, and some of the 88 or maybe even $200 single entry, the 4444, that kind of stuff. You could see that, but the large fields, I think, majority is going to be 20% or less, and fairly flat ownership. There's not a lot of massive spots chalk outside of. I think M and Xander and Rory pretty clear 1, 2, 3. And it wouldn't be surprised how any of those guys come in, but ownership matters certainly in the contest. That's some of the stuff we'll talk about with Kenny tonight on contest selection, how to bankroll. Got a lot of questions of that in the Slack, so I'm gonna address some of that, and then where does ownership mean more, and how do you play it? That kind of stuff. We'll go deeper into that on the E9 as well. Guys that have moved up for me, so I've kind of come full circle on Fitzpatrick. I think because of the pricing and then the early hype, he'll be a little less owned, but he's still going to be up there. I just mentioned him; he's going to be in the top 10. And I've said it for a while. Every time I think of him, I think he's a par machine and grinder, and I just can't. I don't want to miss that, especially because he's not going to be that clear 23, 24, 25%, or, even 30, 40% up in the higher stuff. I don't know if he makes my core yet, but he definitely is back in the consideration for the pool. Originally, he was going to be one of the guys that just faded, but he's moved up for me. Definitely don't mind. I'm going to take a deeper dive, into him as I get the final stuff out for the premium members a little bit later on. But overall, I don't hate him. I think, like I said yesterday, I think some of the decisions are going to come down to, what do you do with, M, Lowry, Fitz, those kind of guys. How much of that do you want to absorb versus, are you going to be on Rory, that kind of stuff. And that's next for me. Is I think in the 10K range where I'm at right now is I'm going to stick with Rory and Rom, and then probably fade the rest of it. Maybe some Scheffler, and the bigger pool stuff, but for that concentration of the majority of my lineups, the core lineups, those 2 are the guys I'll be considering is Rory, Rom up there. It's just nothing against JT or Morikawa or Cam Smith or even Scheffler, but they're all great plays. I just think those are the 2 that I like up there. I don't know how heavy I'll be up on them. I don't think I'll get too much overweight. Rory's the biggest decision there because he's going to be high owned, and if I go to him in some of that core stuff, I definitely will be building rules around who I want to pair him with, so that lineup just doesn't become, I have leverage even though I play Rory type of stuff. And I think where I'm going down below 7-8K range, I have plenty of pivots and guys that are going to be less owned than what some people are going for, that allow me to play a Rory, who I think will be right there on Sunday with a chance to win it. And same for Rom. I told you guys I'm very rarely a Rom guy, but I do think this week's a week I'll go to him. HV3 is a guy that's kind of climbed for me. He fits that Fitzpatrick deal. He grinds out. I've talked about it before. He loves, of course, where par is a great score. He likes that type of stuff. He's inside my top 20, in my final stuff, $7,300. Not going to get massively owned, I don't think. 8 to 10% type stuff, maybe 11. So, that's a guy that's moved up for me. Connors, another guy that, we just see him in chalky spots so much that normally I just zoom by him because I just don't want to eat it. And he's got the PM AM. So if that becomes a thing, I've heard some rumblings of AM PM is the way to go. Which if that, and that's something I'll talk about in E9 tonight. If that becomes like a massive thing, you could almost get leveraged by just looking at the PM guys. Because now if a lot of people are doing that type of deal, maybe you go the other way, zig when they zag type of deal. Connor 7,900 feels like a good price to me. Overall, he just rates out good, and I think the price, it makes it a good play that he's climbed up. Originally, again, I thought sometimes he gets so high up and talked about that I move off of him, but I don't mind him that much this week. Guys that fading or moved way down or not, not going to take a look at. Cantley is just a guy. He continuously rates out good for me, continuously burns me, which probably means he goes off and he'll have the first round lead tomorrow. But he's not going to be super high owned, but he's a guy that I'll probably eliminate from that 9K range. He just hadn't had, he's had some flashes, but I don't know. I just don't trust it in this spot. He's let me down too much on it. Maybe great bounce back like last year. He finished strong, but didn't do much in the majors or TPC and stuff like that. And then, like I said, the rest of the 10K range will probably be guys I move out, with the exception of maybe Scheffler. Matsu, kind of we've seen rumblings and with issues. We've seen it before and he's played well, but he also doesn't rate out just super great for me this week on the stuff I'm looking at. And $9,100. There's so many other plays around there. He's not going to be super high owned, 10-12%, but he's a guy that I'll probably move out. Aaron Wise, I think I mentioned him yesterday. He's a guy that, again, he rates out fine for me. But he is getting a lot of ownership in that 7K range. I prefer Mito. They'll probably be they're the same price. They'll probably be about the same ownership. He's got the better draw. So I could actually see him getting a little cutting into some of that Mito ownership. If people are really going AM, PM, they'll go, if it's a coin flip, I'll take Wise in that situation. So maybe I lean Mito there, even though he's got the quote unquote PM draw that may or may not be that bad of a deal anyway. So Wise moves down the list for me. Some other guys have caught my eye through deep dive, final thoughts, all that kind of stuff. Adam Scott, I think I mentioned him yesterday. I like him. I like that price. Brooks is a guy that if I'm going to go like the super leverage play between Brooks or DJ, I lean Brooks. I just worry about DJ and off the tee stuff, and I think they both are going off on the PM, so there's no real deal there. And they're not really priced too much together, $700, but you could play both in your pool. But if you're looking for one of these super low-owned guys, probably lean Brooks. I mean, if DJ's truly going to come in 3 or 4%, would I put him in my 150? Sure, because I don't have to have that much of them. I can have like 9% of them and be triple the field. But I do like Brooks. Patrick Rogers, I think I mentioned him. He's a guy that continues to catch my eye. He's one of the first out tomorrow, so he gets good weather, probably a good showdown play. Kitayama, continue there. He's one of the cheaper guys. Garcia, a guy I don't think I mentioned much of, $7,300. I think the grind it out mentality, all that kind of stuff. I think he'll be good this week. 70, that's a good price. He's a good player pool guy. Kokrak, another guy, kind of off the radar. He goes out super late tomorrow, so he'll probably be 2% owned type of deal. He does rate out in my top 25. So again, another flyer guy, makes that pool a little bit different. Unique type builds. I like him. I like Webb, and then Reed. Both those guys, 5 to 8% probably. Veterans, that kind of stuff. This tough test, I think they could be there as well. Guys I'm saying strong on: Cam Young, Willie Z, Neiman, not moving off that. Leverage plays, pretty clear this week. It's Morikawa, Cam Smith, Hovland, DJ, Billy Ho, Brooks, and Hatton. I guess Billy Ho hurt his hand on a fishing boat or something. I started hearing the stories. I've been doing my real work, and so I'm catching up here at lunch and all that. Don't know about that. We'll talk about that in E9 if it is a thing. But either way, he's already a leverage play. So those 7 are all going to be probably 3 to 8%. I don't have final. Yeah, out of all those, nobody's above 8%. Morikawa is probably the highest out of that at 8% exactly-ish. So good leverage plays there. I could play some DJ, like DJ and Brooks, probably only 2 out of that. Maybe Hovland, just because he is pretty strong off the tee. But at that price, $9,700, there's so many other plays I'd rather go, even though he is super low owned. Underdog. Link is in the description. 100% match, up to $100. Use the code GUP. It's all on the website. Best Ball Mania is strong and well. We've talked about that. I think it's the $10 million prize is up there now. You can go check that out. They also have Thursday 3-putt. They'll do a daily contest, quick drafts for golf. A lot of guys have been doing that. I saw some lineups earlier today in the Slack. If you want to go check that out, it's $5 to put a lineup in, to draft a lineup, $10K in prizes for that. we've had some success over, the Slack channel. We'll talk about it. You can use my rankings if you want to look for, picks, stuff like that. Again, GUP gets you a dollar for dollar match up to $100. My pick 'em for round 1, this pays 6 extra money. I have Spieth over Morikawa, Finau over Hovland, and then Rory under 70.5. They have all kinds of options there too if you want to go check that out. Those are my 3. If they hit, it pays 6 extra money on the parlay. Prize Picks, link is in the description as well. Same promo for them, dollar for dollar match up to $100. We've obviously had a lot of success on this across multiple sports. Not as good a number on Rory, but I'm going with these 5. Rory under 70, Cam Smith over 71, Morikawa over 71, Willie Z under 71, Neiman under 71.5. I like those 5 over there on Prize Picks. Link is in the description there if you want to get signed up there. Code is GUP. Dollar for dollar match up to $100. My final 5 for one and done, I'm going Cam Young, Willie Z, Neiman, Xander, and then I say Rory Rahm, depending if you have either one of them left. I believe I have Rahm left in 1. I think I've used Rory in all, so I'll go Rahm. But if you have Rory, I'll probably lean that way. Coin flip there between those 2, but I do like the other 4 as well. And probably have, you'll probably have a lot. Cam Young you may have used during his recent run. Neiman, Xander, Willie Z, those guys are all good. If you're way behind and you want to catch up, I mean, this is a good spot to use. The DJ, maybe I wouldn't go Gooch. DJ would be a prime example just because limited opportunities with him, right? He's only going to play, I guess, the British Open. That's it. So you'd have to use him here or there because he's on, the live, for the rest of the year. So, that could be a strategy as well. I think I've used DJ in all mine, but maybe you take a chance on him if you're trying to catch way back up. Not many people will use him, and you only got 2 shots to use them as well. Winners for the PGA swag items. So I got a list of stuff we still got available from the PGA Championship and the Masters. So you get to pick one item. Is ETS 45. All these winners will get a GC he'll get a GC combo pack as well. Sean Combs is the $100 winner. All you guys can DM me on Twitter, or if you are a sub, get me in Slack. I will get you your stuff. Sean also gets a GC combo pack. Second winner, $20 DFS money is at WW Hughes 10. You get $20 and the GC combo pack. And then 2 more GC combo pack winners, merchandise, Scotty Knipp and Sean M. So you 5 guys or ladies, hit me up and I will get you your free stuff. Don't forget, use US Open, 30% off now, weekly, monthly, annual, all of it. You get the free week, and then if you don't cancel, you get your charge. If you want to upgrade, it stays for life with your subscription. You can upgrade anytime you would like. US Open, 30% off. I will be back tonight with Kenny Kim for E9 with all the premium members. Looking forward to it. Always like talking it up with Kenny. Be a strong focus on a lot of, for me, more about the game theory, strategy, contest selection over, the Jimmies and the Joes type of deal. I think there's some decisions to be made. We'll talk about it, especially with the final ownership, see what Kenny's thoughts are. But I do think strategizing yourself well this week on contests and how to build lineup type stuff will be a core focus for me tonight on E9. Looking forward to it. You guys have a great day. See you tonight.